she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit.
Sophie Cunningham threw on an Arby's t-shirt and, without even trying, hijacked the entire WNBA news cycle. One slogan, one shirt, 800,000 sold later. And suddenly, a fast food chain is outpacing the league's ticket sales. You couldn't script this kind of absurdity if you tried. And somewhere in the background, Angel Reese, quiet, pouty, and probably scrolling through her mentions wondering why it isn't her jersey selling out. What started as a silly moment has somehow pulled the curtain back on the WNBA's biggest marketing problem. And no, it's not curly fries. It's that one woman's unfiltered authenticity just smoked the entire league's manufactured branding machine. Sophie didn't just wear the shirt, she became the headline. If you support Sophie, then comment, "Red Hot Sophie." Let's go.
Sophie Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon. Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players. And for Barbie night, she pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot Girls Eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. But here's the real backstory. A few months earlier, Sophie posted a video rating Arby's, and that video was just her being authentic in herself. And that puppy went viral.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Arby's a solid 9 out of 10.
Then following this, the phrase "hot girls eat Arby's" started flying around. And it turns out that Arby's has been saying this since 2023.
Somewhere along the way, the WNBA's focus shifted. Less about basketball, more about brand battles, Instagram side-eyes, and going viral for anything except actual hoops. The scoreboard feels secondary. The stat sheet? Optional. The drama, though, that's a full-time job. It's like the shot clock is counting down to the next tweet, not the next bucket. And in the middle of this reality show meets basketball mashup, Sophie Cunningham is setting the internet on fire. Not with a highlight reel crossover, but with an Arby's tee and zero PR polish. No pre-planned drama, no carefully staged TikTok dances, just curly fries and charisma. In a league starving for authenticity, she served it up hot and fresh without even trying. And somehow, it hit harder than any buzzer beater all season.
We know somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest.
She's not running isolation plays, she's isolating the truth. No glam squad touch-ups, no Photoshop filters, no PR stunt disguised as personality. Just pure Sophie. Curly fries in one hand, the entire league's marketing strategy in the other. Meanwhile, you've got players like Angel Reese chasing clout like it's a loose rebound, manufacturing beefs for clicks, and posting TikToks that feel more like a Love and Basketball audition tape than a pro athlete's feed. Sophie? She's staying unbothered. No gimmicks, no thirst traps, just straight talk, and 800,000 shirts flying off shelves like it's a clearance sale on common sense. In a league addicted to image, she's winning with something dangerous, being real. And apparently that's the most unstoppable move in the game.
Let's talk about Arby's. She is now on the Arby's payroll. Decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven. Hot girls eat Arby's. No knock on Arby's, Sophie, but if you give Arby's 9 out of 10, I'll take you to Racks. I'll buy you some Racks, and I think you will find that hot girls probably eat Racks. Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. Sophie Cunningham, who took to her social media to discuss how much she enjoyed a trip that she made to Arby's.
It's like someone cracked a window in a stuffy room and let a breeze of honesty blow through. Judging by some of the side-eye reactions, it knocked a few glued-on lashes loose. Because when a player like Sophie Cunningham starts racking up real, unscripted fan love, the league gets twitchy. She's not part of the curated Instagram sorority. She's not dancing mid-game after a 2-for-10 shooting night. And she's definitely not clinging to choreographed bestie moments just to get in a WNBA hype video. Sophie is off-script, off-brand, and apparently exactly the kind of fresh air fans didn't know they'd been missing.
Sophie Cunningham has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. All right, the other day before the Chicago Sky game, this Barbie, and let's be real, let's be honest. If you were going to cast somebody as Barbie, there's a good chance you'd take a long, hard look at Sophie Cunningham.
That's why people are drawn to her, because in a league drowning in performance art, Sophie's just present. No wigs, no layers of filters, no personality brainstorm meetings. Just basketball, blunt truth, and a weirdly powerful Arby's moment. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what fans are craving. Athletes who actually act like athletes. Who knew? Wild concept.
Let's get it! Burn! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great. Burn!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again, do it for me. Me bound. Burn!
It's the same reason Caitlin Clark turned the entire WNBA narrative upside down without pandering to anybody. It's why Aaliyah Boston steamrolls through nonsense like a walking fact check. They're not chasing viral. They're just being iconic by existing and performing. And that scares some people, because once fans start gravitating to the unfiltered and the unscripted, all those smoke and mirror branding strategies start glitching. Which forces an uncomfortable truth. If the WNBA still can't figure out how to turn its actual stars into household names, what exactly are we doing here? The talent is absurd. The presence is magnetic. But the machine keeps chasing gimmicks over greatness, TikTok clout over toughness, catchphrases over court vision, hairstyles over handles. And that's a disconnect that's costing the league way more than just views.
700,000 followers overnight. I don't know if you guys knew, she had like 300 or something less than 48 hours ago. Insane. The enforcer has arrived. And she even posted like twice since then, bro. She's totally taken it to a whole new level. Like, Caitlin Clark has a new star. This is like a new star in the WNBA. People ain't gonna like it. People aren't gonna like it. Trace Leches, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, which, by the way, kind of was obsessed with her before she even came along. So
It's starting to feel less like a sports league and more like a sneaker-wearing beauty pageant. The currency isn't points or assists anymore. It's selfies, subtweets, and whose nails pop the most under arena lights. And in all that noise, the real hoopers, the grinders, the locked-in pros, the ones who let their play speak, are getting drowned out.
So Caitlin Clark's teammate Sophie Cunningham's jersey has officially sold out on the Fever website. And this comes the same week as the chippy foul that led to some ejections at the end of the game. It was a bit of a revenge foul taken up for Caitlin Clark after a hard foul on the other end. And then immediately a petition online from the Caitlin Clark haters to have Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA. They're trying to get folks to sign it. They said what she displayed tonight was disgusting. Yeah, it was a hard foul, but now it has the Caitlin Clark fans rallying around her, buying up her jerseys to the point they've officially sold out. Fortunately for this petition, I think they just turned Sophie Cunningham into a new WNBA A-list superstar.
That's why Sophie's moment landed like it did. This was authentic versus algorithm. No character to play, no glam team to approve the fit. Just a t-shirt, a smirk, and a vibe. And instantly, you could feel the panic from the players who've built their entire public image on attitude without output. Because Sophie just pulled the curtain back and showed that fans will flock to someone who's real faster than to someone who's scripted. The Visibility Matters crowd suddenly went quiet when that visibility didn't follow their script. Because nothing exposes the performative like someone thriving without the performance.
And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough. So when Caitlin Clark last week, or not last week, a couple days ago, when Caitlin Clark got destroyed her girl Sophie came to her defense, and this was the most beast mode thing that I've seen a woman do in WNBA history. Now, Sophie, who's my one of my favorites now, she's become one of my favorite WNBA players. I'm gonna watch her too, like I watch Caitlin. Look at what she did. And this and people may not say that this was in response or whatever the case may be, but I feel like Sophie is like, you want to play?
Sophie Cunningham is the worst case scenario for the curated chaos crowd. A fan favorite without the manufacturing. And the beauty of it? This was never just about Sophie. It's about what she represents. A seismic shift in what fans actually want. Not influencers in sneakers. Not reality TV rivalries disguised as basketball. But athletes who feel genuine. Who show up, put in the work, and don't need weekly theatrics to justify their spotlight. Sophie's rise didn't have a PR budget behind it. It was built on consistency, honesty, and just enough quirkiness to make her relatable. Why is that threatening? Maybe because it proves the league's been chasing relatable the wrong way all along.
To the arena yesterday, wearing that, there she is right there. Let's just bring this up. Over at Tater Report, there she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
All it took was a fast food t-shirt, and Sophie Cunningham just outperformed the WNBA's last 3 marketing campaigns combined. No media blitz, no influencer tie-in, no drama-filled look at me moment. Just Sophie, a grin, and a $12 Arby's tee pulling more love than half the league's stars with triple the PR budget. The narrative has officially shifted, and it didn't happen because of some boardroom brainstorm. It happened because fans are tired of noise and ready to reward someone who's real. Meanwhile, Sophie ships another 100,000 shirts without breaking a sweat, while Angel Reese sits there, silent and salty, wondering why her own merch racks are still collecting dust.
Okay, new strategy, team. Angel, keep doing your part. Everyone else, go rebound her misses. Burn! If she keeps missing layups at this rate, she's gonna be serving buttermilk pancakes at Denny's. Butter? Did somebody say butter? Butter pecan! Burn! At a certain point, you just got to applaud greatness. A me-bound on her back? Are you kidding? Bang! Simon says, give me another pray-up. How about it? Bang! She really hit under the basket on a layup. Get this girl GPS. Bang! Everybody get up on your feet. It's time to meet and greet the most underpaid athlete. Bang!
And let's be clear, this wasn't luck. Sophie didn't just stumble into the spotlight because she happened to throw on an Arby's tee. This wasn't an oops, I went viral moment. This was strategy disguised as simplicity. While half the league was busy perfecting TikTok dances and firing off passive-aggressive tweets, Sophie was playing 4D chess with roast beef and relatability. No stunts, no fake vulnerability, just a slow burn that caught like wildfire. Now the game plan has changed and some players, Cough, Angel, are scrambling to keep up because the old tricks aren't working anymore.
I will say that when you are good at basketball, you're pretty, and you got grit, those 3 things make you bad to the bone. And I think this is one of it's new trends that's going on in the WNBA, in my personal opinion, is that not only will you be good at basketball, but you also, some of these women will look like women, right? They used to look like dudes. But now they look like beautiful women that are playing basketball. And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough.
Sophie isn't winging it. Every move is deliberate. The timing, the tone, the delivery, it's all locked in. She's got the emotional intelligence of a pro negotiator and the brand instincts of Madison Avenue's best. That Arby's shirt? Not a gimmick. It was a low-effort, high-impact masterstroke. Because while others are performing for clout, Sophie's engineering it. And that rattles the clout chasers to their core. It shatters the myth that you need chaos, feuds, and endless drama to grab attention. Sophie kept it simple, stayed authentic, and suddenly, everyone else's smoke and mirror routines look like dollar store magic tricks. Whether she sat down and mapped it all out or just trusted her gut, the end result is the same. She's part of a much bigger shift. The Caitlin Clark effect is bringing in unprecedented eyeballs. Aaliyah Boston's dominance is demanding respect, and Sophie's riding that wave by being herself instead of trying to fit the league's tired mold. In a WNBA obsessed with controlling the narrative, Sophie just proved that sometimes the strongest play is the one that's completely unscripted.
Let's take a look, because Arby saw this and decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven.
Like, not bad.
They weren't dissuaded, obviously, by the little shade that she threw at them there between enjoying her yummy sandwich, saying that she went away. She doesn't have it often for obvious reasons. Well, what are those obvious reasons, Sophie? Anyway, she is now on the Arby's payroll.
She saw the change coming before anyone else. She watched Caitlin Clark pull in fans who didn't even know what a pick and roll was last year. She saw Aaliyah, the enforcer Boston, gain respect without a single forced quote, just shutting people up with her game. And Sophie understood the formula. No pity plays, no overproduced branding, just clarity, confidence, and consistency. But here's the part that's driving certain players up the wall, especially Angel Reese. Sophie didn't need to force her way into headlines with drama or fake beef. She didn't need to center her brand around being the face, while hoping Caitlin's name would keep her relevant. And that's the dagger. Reese built her entire image on being the show, only to find out she's just been the filler episode. Meanwhile, Sophie's the one selling out merch and building a loyal fan base that respects her skill, hustle, and personality, not her Instagram shade game.
As you can see right here, that's Sophie Cunningham. She is the teammate of the year, or at least the Caitlin Clark she is. After Caitlin Clark was pushed to the ground and poked in the eye in the first half of a game against the Phoenix Mercury, she actually late in the game assaulted one of the Phoenix Mercury players in retaliation. And fans loved it. They ate it up, because look at this. If you look closely, her following on TikTok went from over 300,000, which was great, to almost well over 800,000, probably at 1 million now.
Of course, the backlash is here. The side eyes. The not-so-subtle digs. The whispers that Sophie's just lucky, or that it's only because Caitlin brought in new fans. As if Sophie didn't capitalize on that new audience with surgical precision. As if this isn't exactly what the league should be doing, turning momentum into something lasting. Instead, the WNBA keeps wasting time on marketing schemes that look like they were cooked up by a committee of confused influencers. It's almost comical. This league spent years begging for attention. Now, thanks to Clark, and real ones like Sophie, they finally have it, and they're fumbling because the spotlight isn't landing on their pre-approved mascots. Sophie isn't even chasing the spotlight. It's chasing her, because authenticity is magnetic. Fans can smell it through the screen. Once you see it, you can't unsee how fake everything else feels.
Sophie Cunningham's jersey is going to sell out tonight. The people have been waiting for this. If the refs are not going to do their job, the players are going to have to be the enforcers themselves. This game was chippy from the beginning, and the refs did not do their job.
The WNBA should be rolling out the red carpet for Sophie, putting her front and center as the blueprint. Here's how you connect with fans without selling your soul. Here's how you build a brand that's actually sustainable. But instead, they act like she stumbled into this, as if outmaneuvering an entire system built on hype and noise was just dumb luck. Newsflash, it wasn't luck. It was proof that in a league suffocating under forced narratives, someone who's real will always cut through. Fans get it. That's why they're showing up, wallets open, voices loud, buying up her gear until it's gone. Sophie feels like a breath of fresh air in a league that's been recycling the same stale drama for years. While others chase clout through messy rivalries and recycled sound bites, Sophie's rewriting the superstar playbook with smarts, substance, and unapologetic authenticity. And every shirt sold is another reminder that no amount of PR spin can fake what she's got, much to Angel Reese's dismay. If you support Sophie, then comment Red Hot Sophie. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.